Good afternoon, students. How are you? Hope you all are safe and happy. And you have taught yesterday's topic. Study the topics on the same day. Okay. We were discussing about our first chapter in physical science, that is fiber to fabric. In our previous class, we have learned about the processing of fibers into wool, which involved the processes known as shearing, washing, drying, roving, spinning, weaving, or knitting. Isn't it? All of you taught these topics? Then we know that sheep are farmed in many countries like China, Australia, Sudan, Mongolia, etc. Then, do you know India is also a sheep farming country? Have you ever heard about places where the sheep are commonly found in India? You must have seen sheep in Indian movies, right? Can you recollect any location in movies where sheep are farmed? Yes, if you go to the hilly regions of some Indian states like Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Haryana, Rajasthan, and Gujarat, you can see shepherds taking their herds of sheep for grazing. You know that sheep are herbivorous, that is, it gets energy only from plants. And like the common goat seen in our neighborhoods and farms, they prefer grass and leaves of plants as their food. Apart from feed on grass, shepherds also feed them mixture of pulses, grains, corn, jova, and other minerals and oil cakes. Do you know what is oil cake? Oil cake is a byproduct from the process of extracting oil from the seed. And during the winter season, the sheep are kept indoors and fed on leaves, grains, and dry foods. Sheep are raised in many parts of our country for wool. Then, listen, children. Here are some sheep breeds listed in this table, which are commonly found in India for producing wool. The table also shows the different qualities and texture of wool which can be extracted from the different breeds. Okay, then have a look at this table. Certain breeds of these sheep grow thick coat of hair on their body, which yields good quality wool in large quantities. Now, with the help of the table, can you analyze and identify the breed which gives the best quality wool among them? With the help of the table, can you analyze and identify the breed which gives the best quality wool? Which is that? Look at the table and answer. Yes, it is called Lohi. Right. Lohi breed is one among them which produces better quality wool. Can you see which are all the states where this particular breed, that is the Lohi, can be commonly found? Which are the states where the Lohi commonly found? Which are the states? Rajasthan and Punjab. Then, children, now read the other breeds on the list apart from Lohi breed. Which are they? Nali, Pakarwal, Marwari, Padanwadi, and Rampur Bushehr. Isn't it? Then the second breed in this table is Rampur Bushehr. Rampur Bushehr is a type of breed which gives brown fleece. Rampur Bushehr is a type of breed which gives brown fleece, and this breed is commonly found in Uttar Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh. Where? Uttar Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh. And the third breed, which is Nali, which is mainly used for making carpet wool. For carpet wool. And the Nali breed is commonly found in Rajasthan, Haryana, and Punjab. Is it clear? And the next type of breed is Bakarwal. The Bakarwal wool is mainly used for woolen shawls. For what? Woolen shawls. And this type of breed is commonly found in Jammu and Kashmir. Where? Jammu and Kashmir. And then last two types of breeds. What are they? Say the names. Marwari and Pathanwadi. These two breeds are found in Gujarat. Marwari and Pathanwadi are found in Gujarat, and the Marwari wool is used as coarse wool. What is coarse wool? Coarse wool is a type of wool with rough in texture. The texture of the coarse wool is very rough. Marwari wool is used for making coarse wool. And the last type of Indian breed, which is Pathanwadi. The Pathanwadi wool is used for hosiery, and which is found in Gujarat. The hosiery, for using hosiery. What is hosiery? Hosiery means socks-like material. Have you clear about the type of Indian breeds? Which are the main type of Indian breeds? Lohi, Rampur Bushehr, Nali, Bakarwal, Marwari, and Pathanwadi are the Indian breeds of sheep. Is it clear? Then, however, you know that wool and silk are two types of fiber. And these two types of fiber are obtained from animals. We have studied the type of wools and how these fibers are processed into wool, and also some Indian breeds of sheep. We covered these topics. And our next topic is silk. How many of you have not heard of silk? Nobody. Okay. We all have heard about silk, right? Mainly, women usually prefer to wear saris made of silk during occasions like party, marriages, housewarmings, etc. You may even find clothes made of silk in your parents, isn't it? You know, silk is also a fiber which is extracted from a living being. Which one? Which is that being? Silk is obtained from a type of worm. Which worm? Silkworm. Silk is obtained from a type of worm called silkworm, which fed on mulberry leaves. You can see those in this picture. A silkworm in mulberry leaves. Those worms spin the silk fiber, and the production of silk and the rearing of silkworms is called sericulture. What is sericulture? The production of silk and the rearing of silkworm is called sericulture. And do you know, sericulture or culture of silkworm is a very old occupation in India. In earlier, India produces plenty of silk on a commercial scale. Hey, then do you have to know about the process of obtaining silk? How the silk is obtained from silkworms. Then Before we discuss the process of obtaining silk, it is necessary to know the interesting life history of silk moth. Are you interested? Then let's go through the life history of silk moth. I am sure you all know about silkworms. The life of a silkworm starts when a female silk moth lays egg on mulberry leaves and these eggs hatch into larvae. Now, what are these larvae known as? Any guess? Right. This larvae is known as caterpillars or silkworms. Slowly, these caterpillars grow in size by feeding on the mulberry leaves. In the next stage in the life history of silkworm, which is called pupa. When the caterpillar has grown large enough, it starts weaving a net around it itself so that it can easily hold itself in that net. Now, it secretes a fiber made of a protein which solidifies and hardens when exposed to air for some duration of time. This is known as silk fiber. Caterpillar continues to spin silk fiber till they completely covered by them. The silk covering in which silkworm covers itself is known as a cocoon. Further development of the silkworm takes place inside the cocoon. After some time, the pupa enters the adult stage and emerges out of the cocoon as a moth. The entire process thus continues, and this process is known as the life cycle of. Didn't everyone understand the life history of silk moth? I hope you understand the topic, the life history of silk moth. Then, what are the stages in the life history of silk moth? In the first, the female silk moth lays egg on mulberry leaves and it forms into silkworm. All of you look the screen please. And the silkworm grow in size and enter into the stage pupa. After, it weaves a net around it to hold itself. And the covering is known as cocoon. What is next? The further development of pupa into moth continues inside the cocoon, isn't it? Then, shall we watch a interesting video? Did everyone like the video? I think everyone likes the video. So, students, all should read the textbook well today and watch the video lessons repeatedly for better understanding. So, and the students do the assignments on the same day of giving. Okay? Then, thank you. Have a nice day.